The closure of 2019 ended on a high note for West Kenya Union Conference after a series of exciting activities such as the Awendo East Outreach, the Pan-African Youth Congress, and a fun-filled Impala NDO get-together. Many then looked forward to a successful, hopeful, and grace-filled 2020, a year of great breakthrough.
Several departments were set to achieve their goals, with the Uganda Mission Extravaganza being the major kickstarter. All the departments started off very well with their itineraries. The presidential itinerary had discipleship as a lifestyle training for elders as a top priority for 2020.
Hi, Pastor Tuwe.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Have you been to Pangano before?
Yes.
In this kind of boat?
The small one, the smaller than this
smaller one?
Yes.
So this is better for you?
This one is good.
Yeah, what are we going to do over there?
We are going to do seminar for discipleship to the elders.
Each training session was climaxed with ordination for pastors. We started training from CNC, GRVC, Ranen Conference, and we almost completed the training in Lake Victoria Field as the TMI was also picking momentum in Ranen Conference and Lake Victoria Field.
How was the meeting today?
The meeting was so lively. Many elders attended and we fellowship nicely. We learned how to make good teamwork, small groups, and learn how to do our ministry the way Jesus did it.
The seminar session was quite so enthusiastic, and we learned that the copying the Christ's footsteps is actually what true discipleship is, so that we really do exactly as Christ did in our evangelism, in our daily activities of our daily lives, on how we need to be good examples to invite people to Christ by so showing the love that Christ was showing in his compassion, and of course how he was healing people and doing all the good things that show the character of God.
Then the pandemic struck. A pandemic that saw almost every activity by the West Kenya Union Conference come to a standstill. Despite this, we have continued to do God's work in line with the government's regulations on COVID-19. We do this by conducting online meetings, maintaining social distance, wearing face masks, and constantly monitoring our staff members' body temperature each time they report to work. God's grace has been sufficient, and the following are some of the great things that various departmental heads have accomplished this year so far.
The Education Department, led by Pastor Nicodemus Onyango, recently joined the Segero Adventist Primary in congratulating and awarding one of their pupils, Salome Wairimu, who had made the school proud with her creative piece which sensitized Kenyans on COVID-19.
Salome, you have done so well. We'll not leave you in class 7. We'll pay for your class 8 fee. And without stopping, Professor Ono, we'll pay for Salome's free from Form 1 to Form 4.
The church, through West Kenya Union Conference and Greater Rift Valley Conference, took up full responsibility of her education up to high school. On awarding and supporting its students, the Education Department of West Kenya Union Conference as well awarded Segero Adventist Secondary School's top boy and top girl for last year's KCSE during the school's prize giving day. To ensure on its students' comfort and smooth stay in school, the Education Department also oversaw the renovation of dormitories, such as the boys' dormitory in Kamagambo Adventist High School, the girls' dormitory in Kamagambo Adventist Primary, and the girls' dormitory in Rubycraft Primary. This is besides the construction of a new dormitory in Rubycraft Primary. Kendu Adventist School of Medical Sciences as well boasts of new admission which totals to 25, 20 into the School of Nursing and 5 into the School of Clinical Medicine. The Women Ministry Department at West Kenya Union Conference had their training on Women Together Growing Disciples at the Eldoret Adventist Guest House from 3rd to 6th March 2020, where the major training focus was on the process of growing disciples through connecting, understanding, ministering, and equipping. The publishing ministry started the year with the Academy of Publishing Leadership Training in Baraton University, after which they continued with the Book Depository and Literature Evangelism Training in Kitale, Homa Bay, Oyugis, and Migori between January and February 2020. The Personal Ministries and Evangelism Department will started the year with the TMI activities in Uganda, with speakers totaling to 19 from all conferences under West Kenya Union Conference. The Evangelism Department managed to plant a total of 23 churches in the first quarter of 2020. The West Kenya Union Baptism Trend also recorded a total of 4,418 souls baptized during the first quarter of 2020. The West Kenya Union Conference Communication Department, led by the Communications Director, Pastor Philip Gai, has recorded a series of achievements such as recruiting of new employees, running of a monthly newsletter called Exploits, and a nearly complete radio station. The mast site as well is progressed, as the structures, mast, generator, technical room, technician's house, security house, and installed water are complete. The media team has continued to actively produce programs for Hope Channel Kenya and Sabbath programs dubbed Hope Channel Church, which serve believers at the comfort of their homes. The media online platforms have also continued to gain more followers who now subscribe to the enriching content put up on the various social media platforms. In addition, the Media Center Skiza teams have garnered a total of 3,892 subscribers. The Communications Department hope is that in the future they are able to acquire on-location cameras, switcher, lights, more editing seats, equipment for the radio, and a van, all for the effective production of programs. The Health Ministry of West Kenya Union Conference conducted a Board of Management trainings in Bukwala, Chubwai, Luandeti, and Chepareria dispensaries, which are under the Northwest Kenya Conference from 3rd to 7th February 2020. The Health Director, Elder Tirop, as well, is overseeing the construction of Chemondi Health Center in Mount Elgon. Under the leadership of Pastor Mbago, the Stewardship Department kicked off the year with a series of Stewardship Revival Weeks. First was the continuation of the Stewardship Revival at Homa Bay Central Church and the Lake Victoria Field. Then followed the Stewardship Revival Week led by ECD Stewardship Director, Pastor Bagambe, from 6th to 9th January at Victory Church, where Central Nyanza Conference Stewardship Director, Pastor Obuya, then arranged for the guests to meet and encourage pastors from Kisumu Station. The TMI Uganda Harvest campaign kicked off smoothly from 10th to 25th January 2020. Pastor Mbago was stationed at Biogerore Church, where the attendance record was good, thanks to the many invitations sent out by the church members. The Uganda Mission Extravaganza followed immediately after the TMI. The Stewardship Week of Prayer in Lake Victoria Conference started well from 15th to February 22nd. The most recent activity from the Stewardship Director was officiating a 30-minute wedding attended by 15 people at Oyugis Central Church on 19th April 2020.
We have COVID-19 plans and recommendations that will be presented to you by the Treasury Department. This pandemic is becoming endemic, and this means that ministry going forward will not be the same. We must collectively come up with ministry strategies post-COVID-19. And here are some of the challenges we see forthcoming. Number one, some members would have backslidden due to break of traditional approach to worship. There will therefore be need for deliberate and intentional training sessions geared towards nurture, retention, and discipleship. Finances will be challenged because giving may have gone down, as some are not able to give electronically using CFMS and other platforms. Financial challenges due to loss of jobs and business by members. The financial measures provided by the union will take care of this challenge, but there will be need to have increased stewardship promotions and focus on spirituality of the members. Pastors will need to pay close spiritual attention to their members. There will be a lot of stress due to these lockdowns, and there will be a great need to pay attention to stressed members. We need to organize counseling workshops for members and workers who may be stressed due to this COVID-19. There'll be loss of momentum that will affect production and service delivery. We want to encourage leadership, motivational approaches, and even fresh team-building exercises where necessary. Even the world of education will be affected. Schools are now not having income, and activating them will be a challenge. We shall need to develop strategies that will provide support to our institutions. We will need to continue with education on the management of COVID-19 even as we move forward. We do foresee that there will be challenges in family ministries as well. It's assumed that families have been strengthened by members staying at home and fellowshipping with one another, but you might be surprised that it might be the contrary in some cases. So there will be a need to strengthen families by conducting family seminars. Of course, poverty will be an issue. Addressing financial loss by members, we must do. Income generating projects to be promoted by stewardship department. Above all, we trust that by the grace of God, all shall be well. We have nothing to fear for the future unless we forget how God has led us in the past.